Labor Department has issued a new rule where gig workers will qualify as employees. And this is the Biden labor. We're talking about millions of gig workers, janitors, home care workers, possibly construction workers and truckers. It essentially requires employers to extend benefits and protections to workers classified employers. One of the greatest sources of wage theft, and also sort of like deferred wage theft in the form of Social Security, has been to misclassify workers. And the rule is going to get obviously challenged by various companies, including Uber and Lyft and all those other like gig economy things. This rule rescinds a Trump-era rule that made it easier for employers to classify workers as independent contractors. It revised a test for determining whether a worker is an employee or an independent contractor who is self-employed under the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938. So this is a really newfangled way in which I'm joking.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
But it's good. I mean, and this follows certain, like in New York, they just established, and it just went into effect, I think, in 2024 or late 2023, minimum wage standards for gig workers as well. So I think there are a lot of cities realizing that it was entirely unsustainable for them to not pay these workers at least some minimum wage.
And we should make it clear, this is a restoration of a rule that was promulgated under the Obama administration. The way that the Trump administration changed it is that they basically said there's two sort of factors that are determinative of whether someone is a contractor or an employee. One is how much control the company has over its workers and how much entrepreneurial opportunity factored into the job. This new rule essentially makes it easier for workers to gain employee status. And that's going to make a big difference in terms of like, in terms of pay and whether they get Social Security benefits. That's a very important, element of all of this. I can tell you for, I don't know how many years it was when we started this show, everybody who was paid on it was paid as a contractor. In some instances, like, I'm paid as a contractor because I've had, since my showbiz days, an S Corp, because I get paid from different places. But the switch from, as an employer, if I pay you as a contractor, I give you a 1099 and I don't have to pay half of your Social Security payments. So from my perspective as an employer, I'm going to save money that way by misclassifying you. However, when you get to be 65 or 67, depending on your age now, are going to find like, I didn't get Social Security. I wasn't paid into Social Security. I'm going to get less in retirement. So it is much better for, in my estimation, everyone, except for the person who wants to save some money and get cheaper, that you get classified as an employee in terms of your Social Security, in terms of your Medicare, and also in terms of protections. So,
yes, good news.
I farted. Sam said he works as an escort? I didn't say that. Did I say that? No, I didn't.
Yeah. I mean,
Holtenheim says, Emma suppressing a yawn while Sam talks about Social Security will always be funny. Yeah, well, she's not the only one, I can assure you.
Did I?
Did you suppress it? Or did you have a...
Well, it sounds like I didn't suppress it very effectively, if that's the case.